Good evening and welcome. And that can only mean one thing on North East Darts TV. It's the official Isolation Knockouts Finals night. 128 players started at 6:30 last night. 5 matches they've played to reach the semi-finals tonight. And our first semi-final due on Danny van Trijp of the Netherlands taking on John Jones of Wales. At 9 o'clock, our second semi-final, Robbie Green of Merseyside takes on rising star Thomas Lovely. And then the final, due on at 10 o'clock. We'd love you to join us for the whole of the evening. So let's take a look at more in depth of our first 2 semi-finalists. Danny van Trijp will start off with at 23 years of age from Etten-Leur, an hour distance from the capital Amsterdam. He uses Harrow Pulse 23-gram darts, and his career highlight thus far has beaten Keegan Brown in the Dutch Darts Masters, the European Tour event at his home in the Netherlands. And revenge is sweet after a 5-4 victory over Lucas Venig, who of course beat him in last week's live semi-finalist. Also notable results along the way: a last 16 victory, a 5-0 whitewash against Darren Armstrong of Scotland, and an impressive 5-2 victory to reach this stage over the banging form Tommy Lishman. His highest average recorded throughout the tournament yesterday was 96.97, and he recorded also 7 maximums along the way. His opponent, John Jones of Wales, 4 years of his senior, for McKinleth in Wales. Peter Wright, PL 15 darts, and his career highlight thus far is representing Wales for the last 2 years in the Celtic Challenge and British Home Internationals. Certainly a rising star is John, and his route to the semi-finals has been impressive, dropping only 8 legs in his 5 matches. Along the way, an impressive 5-4 quarter-final victory against Leonard Gates, who's been on fire with North East Darts TV. He's also recorded the highest average of our 4 semi-finalists, 100.75, and he's also recorded the most maximums of the 4 with 10 in the tournament. Impressive stuff from John Jones. So the players are ready. Let's get this one underway. And it's our second look at Danny van Trijp, of course, as mentioned, last week's beaten semi-finalist. He looked to go 2 better tonight and be crowned champion. Very impressed with Danny van Trijp last week, and it's our first look on finals night of Welshman John Jones. Impressive stuff en route to the semi-finals for him. As mentioned, 10-180s more than anybody else in our final lineup tonight, and 100.75 average was also the highest recorded average of the 4 players. So this one's going to be a very close match.
You ready, John?
We're about to begin, so sit back and enjoy this one.
All the best, mate. Yeah. Oopsie.
The 23-year-old Van Trijp getting away on our left-hand side. $100. $1. 60. And Van Trijp will not want to get off to the slow start that he did last week when he was 4-0 down against Lucas Venig. And
100.
if anybody missed that last week, certainly look that up on North East Darts TV, because what a semi-final it was. The match had everything. 4-0 down, Venig with 117 average at that stage, and Van Trijp back on 104. A shoddy 104. He came back to a 5-4 lead before Venig took out the deciding 2 legs.
140.
But certainly look that one up if you missed it. It was a real cracker. First to a finish is Van Trijp on 156, but it could be under a lot of pressure here from Jones, who's only back on 204 if he finds a treble.
58.
So 156 for a perfect opener. First one lands in the treble. Second just below, looking to set this one up.
Oh. $100.
Nicely left on 56 when he returns. If he returns.
56.
For the opening leg, double top. Lovely marker.
Checker 3.
Slides it underneath, lovely. And the opening leg goes with the throw. The Dutchman out of the traps quick this week. 83.5 average. Steady away on that front, but the opening leg is what counts. How will Jones respond?
100.
Very proud Welshman, of course, Jones. Plays Super League for the Penrose Arms and plays county darts for Montgomery and Radnor.
140.
Certainly a rising star in the game. Very much looking forward to watching him tonight.
140.
Back-to-back 140s.
91.
And a key treble 18 there to leave the big fish.
Oh, 93.
Second treble would have left him on 161 and on a finish, but 6 darts for John Jones here for a level game. Looking to set this one up now.
65.
The second dart I thought was in, so not really took advantage of that.
58.
But let off the hook here. So 105 going for a level game.
45.
To leave a 2-darter if he returns, but 148 to double his lead. And he won't do it with the first dart, shy of the treble 20.
100.
But pressure on that 60 because he's hit a ton to leave 48. Jones for a level game, 160 to ease the nerves.
Game in 2.
No nerves shown there. Well tidied up, and we've got a level game in what is a race to 6, of course, in our semi-finals, and the final 1st to 7. Due on at 10 o'clock, everybody.
96.
As I said in the preview, we've got 2 cracking semi-finals on the hour at 8 and 9 o'clock. We'd love you to join us for the whole duration of the evening. Could this be our first maximum?
180.
It certainly is. First maximum for the Welshman. 10 en route to the finals night. Make that 11 in the tournament.
100.
Great adjustment there with the second dart.
95.
After wandering into the treble 5. Lovely adjustment and unlucky with the third dart.
58.
So the throw's been wrestled away here at 2-2-6. Plays 4-2-4-7. And he's in the red bit.
140.
Almost the second maximum of this leg. Really bullying his opponent in this leg.
80.
So leaving himself an outside shot at 167 if he gets a shot at it, but 86 to take the lead for the first time. Wants double 16.
54.
And that's very unlucky that after a fantastic first start in treble 18. 167 to get out of jail. Unlucky with his second dart.
99.
So it's Jones 32 for a 2-1 lead here.
No score.
And that's 5 darts. That's gone shy of the double 16.
$48.
And that would have been a real steal, but John Jones gets a third attempt at this. He's missed 5 darts so far to take the lead for the first time, and he's done so. A relieved Welshman. You've got to be a very sound player to be representing your country, as John Jones is at 27 years of age, so clearly a top prospect in the game.
134.
And he's a very heavy scorer, what we've seen so far. On his debut and final night, the official isolation knockout finals.
$140.
So superb hours there. 134, 140. Looking to cement that breaker throw with a hold of his own and a 3-1 lead. Breathing space perhaps. But Van Trijp scoring well to keep tabs on him here in leg 4. A real top quality leg this.
$123.
That invited the third one there, but he decided to switch. Didn't like the lie. I wanted a better finish for him.
$29.
And after 9 very solid darts, he's thrown a blob there.
91.
$18 for tops for 3-1. Big dart in the context of the match.
55.
And it goes low of the double 20. So 60 to break back. 1 dart in hand.
40.
And Jones again will be back for a second chance. Double 10 for 3-1.
Checking 1.
Takes it out with the first dart. And once again he'll be very relieved, but he's halfway there. Average just below 90. He's scoring fantastically well. And Danny Van Trijp not far behind on 87. We know from last week that he's got gears that he can manoeuvre through. And he's going to have to do it quick if he's going to advance to the final.
45.
And go 1 better than last week. Because John Jones is a real player here.
$140.
The 140 punishes the 44 opened up by the Dutchman.
100.
So Jones again wrestles the throw away early.
$134.
And he's finding the treble 20s and cover shots with consummate ease. This is real impressive stuff from John Jones.
58.
Can he maintain it for the duration of the match? Looking at his results that got him here, you would imagine so. Of course, notable results. Dropping 8 legs along the way, beat Leonard Gates. Our American friend, 5-4, who we saw in the lockdown finals night. He's playing terrific darts right now. Hi if you're watching, Leonard. Breathing space here, 90 for 4-1. Van Trijp back on 240. Gets a second 25, he wants tops.
50.
And that would have been a very classy 90 also, but he will be back for double top. But how much pressure will it be under?
95.
Two 10s for 4-1.
Taking 3.
Superb darts there from John Jones. A tricky double 5 usually, but not a problem to the Welshman. 91.71 average, and he's 2 away from his place in the final.
$121.
Relentless stuff from the Welshman. 2 treble visits the majority of the time. Very difficult to live with for anybody.
170.
Van Trijp matching strides in leg 6, but he's going to have to do something amazing to get back in this one.
58.
Like he did last week against Venig. Like I say, 4-0 down and retrieved it to a 5-4 lead. That showed real mental strength.
40.
And I really liked his mental strength in the Euro Tour. The way he beat Keegan Brown, which is his career highlight, on the big stage in Zwolle, his home European Tour event. Because he could have got out of sight there, but missed a few darts at a double, but did very well to get over the winning line 6-5. Lost in the next round, of course, to Rapid Ricky Evans 6-2. Many people have done that. They've been on the receiving end of a Rapid Ricky Evans onslaught. And of course, his debut on the European Tour, lost in Leverkusen in Germany to our very own Adam Hunt 6-3. Hi also if you're watching, Adam.
57.
And best of luck when the tour restarts.
Wow. 128.
Great setup for Van Trijp. 1-4-4. A lovely finish for a man in form, and he's just the man to do it. Commentator's curse, there's a drop slow. Van Trijp will be back to close the gap.
120.
Superb there from Jones to leave 24. And under pressure here is Van Trijp.
Checking 3.
And the man from the Netherlands responds. Reduces the arrears to 4-2. And it's Van Trijp at the board first here. So hold here and scoreboard pressure and momentum will be back in his direction. He's done it before. Experience will certainly not rule him out of this one. And his average is on the rise. It's up to 86.66. And the first maximum of the match from Van Trijp there.
28.
How will Jones respond?
$140.
A 180 followed by a 140. 181 after 6 starts. This is excellent stuff. Digging in is the Dutchman. And this looks beautiful as well.
140.
Oh, so inviting the way that them first 2 darts laid at the top of the treble 20.
65. $60.
7 maximums from the man from the Netherlands to get to this stage. He's hit 1 tonight. He's going to have to hit a few more, you feel, if he's going to win this match. Or alternatively, he could do checkouts like he's just done there. A 1-1-6 to reduce it to 4-3. And if he breaks here, he'll have the advantage in leg number 9. How quickly things can change in a best of 11. And Jones has to change this momentum back in his favour.
180.
Brilliant stuff. In response, the second of the match. Maximums galore here on North East Darts TV.
140.
This is brilliant stuff. Right here in our official isolation knockout finals night.
140.
An unbelievable field of 128, and to get back-to-back runs to the semi-final is absolute testament to the man's ability. Fantastic stuff from Van Trijp, but he won't be satisfied with that this week. He's hungry for a place in the final and the title.
65.
Can he reply with a 116 of his own to take the lead 5-3?
96.
Jones has set that one up after 9 darts for a 12-dart finish here. And confidence going into what would be his final leg if he was to win the next leg. One's tops.
96.
An alternative route, but would have counted the same. Unfortunately, missed the double top. And Van Trijp for 140 here. Jones will be back.
100.
Sets up top, but he's relying on misses.
Game in 2.
Yes.
5-3, Jones leads. The man from McKinleth in Wales. He's one away, a 92.85, impressive stuff. And Van Trijp, despite upping his average to 93, averages mean nothing.
140.
He's got to get over the winning line.
$121. 60.
This is a real contest now.
$140.
That early breaker throw for Jones could be the difference in this match because both playing excellent now.
81.
So a big score here from Jones to set him up for the match here. He's 20 behind, but he's at the board and he's in the red bit.
$140.
To leave a ton when he returns, and he will return because Van Trijp's on 220.
60.
And a trebleless visit not good enough here, so John Jones for the match wants 100.
Take het over Rico. Jezus, Rico. Hij schijnt het gelijk over man.
60.
Back for tops if Van Trijp can't take out 160. This will be a real momentum shifter.
100.
So again, relying on misses. Jones for the match wants tops.
Check in 1.
Yeah.
Takes out the match at the first attempt. John Jones is our
Well
first
played,
man into the isolation knockout final. Who will join him at 9 o'clock? Will it be Thomas Lovely Skadosh or will it be Kong
Good
Robbie
luck in the
Green?
final.
Unlucky to Danny Van Trijp. Fantastic darts yesterday and today. 92.8 average, but John Jones at 95.12 will be very difficult to beat. Stay tuned. Join us at 9 o'clock for our second semi-final. Welcome back everybody to North East Darts TV. It's the official isolation knockout finals night and our second semi-finalist. Let's take a more in-depth look at those. Robbie Green of Wallasey in Merseyside, 45 years of age, nicknamed Kong, a real character in the game. He uses his own Winmau 21.5 gram darts, and his career highlights thus far is a World Championship semi-finalist at the Lakeside. Route to the semi-finals have been impressive. The excellent Nathan Rafferty was his victim in round 1, 5-2. Rick Curry took the distance, but he got through that one in round 2. An impressive 5-3 victory over Carl Hamilton. The Jackal is in fine form right now. Scott Williams in the last 16, he beat 5-2. And a quarter-final victory, a commanding performance against Jeff Murray, who of course won this tournament 2 weeks ago. So in form is Kong. His highest average of the tournament, matching strides with the other semi-finalists of course, 96.58, impressive stuff, and 8 registered maximums along the way. His opponent, rising star in the game, Thomas Lovely, 23 years of age from Gainsborough, nicknamed Skadosh, and he chucks with Cosmo 23 gram darts. His career highlights thus far is 2 PDC Development Tour quarterfinals, and he's also a PDC Challenge Tour semi-finalist. His route to the semis, 5-2 victory over Niall Cullerton. Second round was a 5-1 victory over 2016 BDO World Youth Champion Joshua Richardson. 5-4 he edged out Rob Rickwood, who's in fine form right now. Last 16 was Joe Hunt, a 5-3 victory over him. And the most notable scalp of them all, I believe, the quarter-finalist against 5-2 victory over David Evans, who was a quarter-finalist at the BDO World Championships back in January. Highest average of the tournament so far for him is a 95.14, and he's also registered 8 maximums along the way. So this one looks very tight, evenly matched. Who will progress? We're about to find out. Yes, and both players very relaxed off air. Both commenting how impressed they were with the first semi-final winner, John Jones. A 6-3 victory, of course, over Danny Van Trijp, a 95 average. So he's laid down the marker for this second semi-final. Robbie Green against Thomas Lovely. Robbie Green won the bullseye, he hit the ball, and Thomas Lovely hit the 25. So again, both players on point as we enter the opening stages of this match. It's Kong to throw first against Skadosh. Here we go.
Alright, very good luck, Robert.
All the best, mate.
As I said, both players very relaxed coming into this, both very likeable characters.
$60.
$60.
$59.
Glittering career, of course, from Robbie Green, who for me would enter the finals night as slight favourite, but as we said, John Jones
84.
of Wales has laid down a marker, and Thomas Lovely, a rising star in the PDC. So this one should be a cracker.
100.
First treble of the night for Robbie Green as he leaves 2-8-2 after 9 darts.
58.
Both players 8 maximums last night in their 5 matches played. And we know from watching on TV in both BDO and PDC
60.
that Robbie Green loves a maximum. Both players feeling their way slowly into this opening leg. It's a race to 6 to get to the final.
139.
Down to a finish first is the man from Gainsborough.
100.
23-year-old County A player for Lincolnshire.
$128.
Great cover shooting there on the treble 16 to leave 32. Robbie Green to hold his throw. Needs a big one.
54.
Unable to find the treble 18 in his first or second visit. So 32 for a breaker throw.
Game shot. One
First
dart.
dart. A 16 dart are enough to take the opening leg. And a 93 average. Plays 72. We know that Kong's average will rise and rise.
140.
He's got the experience not to let that fluster him. But the youngster, after a flyer.
$134.
Yeah, be very pleased with his cover shooting there, Robbie Green, as his treble 20s was going astray in the first leg. As we said, a prolific scorer.
134.
A 140 followed by a 134, and this is an excellent leg. 227 after 6 darts for Lovely.
140.
Kong responds well. Both sat on 227 after 6 darts. This is the standard here on North East Darts TV. And our official isolation finals night.
140.
57.
Green buckles first in the scoring department, and for a potential 11 dart leg, Thomas Lovely wants treble 17 for double 18. Looks good to me. For a
51.
12 dart leg, just wired that one, and Robbie Green wants the big fish to break back just above, so Lovely will be back for 36 as Robbie Green looks to apply the pressure.
98.
2 nines, this gets tricky. He's split it,
Let's
so
go.
bust the 36 and Robbie Green to be let off the hook and to level matters.
Oh, not bad. Easy.
Confident stuff from Kong there as he went double-double. And will he be made to pay for that, because
Game shot. One dart.
Thomas Lovely just wanted one double 18 and he secured it at the first attempt. He's doubled his advantage in this race to 6. Still a 93 average, holding his form well. Robbie Green rising on 80 as we expected, but he's going to have to get his skates on if he wants to get back in this one. Very impressive stuff, as we mentioned, from the 23-year-old rising star. Played a lot of darts on the
81.
development tour and the challenge tour, which is of course the middle pyramid and the young pyramid for
58.
an attempt to get the tour card with a professional darts corporation.
$96.
Great last start there. And Kong under pressure.
99.
But Kong doesn't feel the pressure. He's very relaxed up there. And he's at his best when he is relaxed. He can be very aggressive at the board.
81.
Very confident player.
Chris Paul. 40. 49.
So wrestling the advantage away here, Lovely, as he looks for a double break and 3-0. 5 behind, but at the board on the right hand side. And the first maximum of the night for Thomas Lovely to leave 63.
Oh, come on. 59.
And 13 darts was enough to take the second leg. This is for a 14 darter. He wants 2 16s.
31.
And he rushed it, but plenty of time on his hands here because Robbie Green's back on 179, can't finish. And Kong looking to apply the treble And he wants another treble here.
Oh, come on. 80.
Drops into the 1 to leave a tricky 3 darter on 99. Thomas Lovely to tidy up. And 3-0.
Game shot. 1 dart.
And the very confident youngster extends his lead. He's halfway there to victory. John Jones, of course, in the from the first semi-final. And a very similar average, 93. It's been 93 throughout. And Robbie Green has dropped to 75. We've seen some comebacks recently on North East Darts TV. Will we see another one here as Kong? With all the experiences we mentioned, we'll touch on his glittering career in both PDC and BDO in a moment. But Lovely on 4-4, looking to take command in leg number 4. And the commentator's curse is back out there as he drifts into the 5 and doesn't find a treble with his cover shooting. Kong looking to punish.
Son.
A ton, but it's still really the advantage here for Lovely. He's outscoring his opponent here. The man, Thomas Lovely, of course, playing his Super League darts out at Lincoln United. Looking to fill it up.
180.
First 180 of the match for Robbie Green. And it's now or never you feel for Kong. The proud dad of 4.
133.
Huge Liverpool fan is Robbie. And they, of course, playing the Merseyside derby on Sunday night against Everton. He's already winding up his blue side of Merseyside friends in the build up to that.
$96.
So for a 13 darter and his first glimpse of form, it's Robbie Green who gets off the mark. He's 3-1 down. But he's back in this one. A holder throw and a break, remember, and it's back to 3-all. So not out of this one by any means.
55.
$60.
$45.
As mentioned, Robbie Green's form, his history in
96.
the BDO. I remember him back in the early stages of his professional career when we used to visit Las Vegas for the Desert Classic. He was just coming on the scene round about then.
40.
And he was in the mix with some real top players. Decided to switch to the BDO where he gathered some real form and confidence.
180.
Second maximum for Thomas Lovely. 165 is not a finish, but he'd be happy with that.
100.
$93.
Robbie Green reached the semi-finals, as mentioned, at the World Championships at the Lakeside. Also finalist at the World Masters in Bridlington, edged out 7-6 by Wolfie. Martin Adams was unplayable at times for a few years at Bridlington for the World Masters.
Game shot. 3 darts.
Excellent darts from Lovely in response to losing that leg. And he's 2 away, back to his 93 average. This is solid stuff.
Oh, it's not my throw, is it? Sorry.
It's alright.
Playing as consistent.
I'm watching on the telly and everything's back to front.
It's alright, don't worry.
Thomas is playing as consistent as his father did. His dad, of course. Congratulations to Eddie. They won the Lockdown Knockouts finals night on Friday night. What a night that was here on North East Darts TV, where we had 4 quarters, 2 semis and finals in a marathon night of darts. And a 99 average in the final from Eddie, as he took down Leonard Gates of America 8-3. Moved through the gears he did, 85 average beat Dave Ladley.
140.
6-5. 7-5 against Darren Johnson, and then 8-3 against Leonard Gates. And Eddie still claims to rule the roost in the lovely household as the best player. But Thomas, on this evidence, will certainly have something to say in the coming months and years. What a talent he is.
57.
A bright future in the game. He's 2 away from a place in the final. Robbie Green's PDC career, he reached the quarterfinals at best in the UK Open. He beat Terry Jenkins along the way in that, and then lost out disappointingly in the quarters to John McGowan
94.
of Ireland. The last 16 he's also reached at the Players' Championship down in Minehead. A great run it was there. Losing out to Chizzy on that occasion. And he's run to the semi-finals with Stephen Bunton, who beat him in the semis.
86.
So the men from St Helens haven't won over on the Scouser.
140.
Well timed 140 to leave 118, an outshot. If Lovely can't tidy up the 64 and go one away, treble 16, he wants a single for the double 16 for 5-1.
32.
And a chance for Robbie Green to get back in this one because 118 required. Needs the treble. And he pulls it low. It was a lovely marker. And again, Thomas Lovely will be back. Skadosh to go one away.
Same shot. 1 dot.
Yeah.
And double 16 has proven very fruitful for him.
Yeah.
As it was his dad on Friday
56.
night.
Hey?
56, isn't it?
And a 90 average is certainly good enough right now. He's 5-1 up against Robbie Green.
I'm confused. Yeah.
It was a race to 5, of course, all the way through our 5 matches last night. And with Thomas Lovely's first appearance in finals night, he thought that was game shot and the match. But he has to get his head back on because he's still got one leg. He's on the hill as he looks to secure his place in the final. Robbie Green,
58.
unfortunately, they're not good enough on 4-6-1. Kong, of course, a great nickname. And when I mentioned the early stages of the PDC career,
96.
we mentioned nicknames last Friday night. And a great Scouse nickname we had, Danger Scouse, Alan Green, who was playing fantastic darts back then. What a nickname that is.
Right.
Timely maximum, a third of the match. Thomas Lovely looking to turn the screw and advance to the final.
100.
Back comes Kong.
$99.
So despite Robbie Green having the throw in this leg, first to a finish is Lovely. He's outscored his opponent throughout.
55.
And the 23-year-old has been impressive. This should be a really warm order of a final. But can Robbie Green stay in this one?
46.
Proud Scouser comes out. He'll never walk alone, does Robbie. And good luck to Liverpool and congratulations in their
174.
title pursuit. 174 to leave 36, as good of a maximum. And 118. Green couldn't do it in the last leg, but can Thomas Lovely advance to the final with this? And a lovely marker as well. Not good enough though, because
58.
Robbie Green will be back. 36 to reduce the arrears.
And 1.
So clings on to his semi-final position. And again, Robbie will relax here, and that could be a dangerous animal if he does that, because he can certainly rattle off darts of 10 to 15.
140.
But at the minute, not giving an inch is Lovely. Eddie will be sat watching this, very proud of his son. And Robbie Green, of course, we mentioned had 4 kids, has 4 kids of his own, and one of his youngsters, I seem to remember chucking a mean arrow back in the day.
96.
A lad who I've enjoyed a few sociable ones with, as we cheered on Kong, and we made the Badger down the lakeside back in the day.
41.
So well in command here as he looks to take the match. 265. He's 95 ahead plus these.
95.
Leaves the big fish, the 170 checkout, the highest of them all.
Seven.
And what a
I'll
way
say
to go
9.
out this would be. To advance to the final. 2 treble 20s for the bullseye. There's one of them. A bit of an adrenaline there.
125.
But we'll certainly let him off because his performance all night has been excellent.
$98.
So 45 for 6-2. He wants 2
Game
16s.
shot.
And
Did that.
again,
Yeah.
ruthless stuff from the
Did
23-year-old.
Robbie.
That's all with.
He's in our
the
final,
ball,
a 92.24
Right.
Good
average.
luck in the final, mate.
Congratulations to Robbie Green on reaching the semi-finals. But what a final we've got at 10 o'clock. Please join us for that. It's John Jones of Wales against Thomas Lovely of England. Join us on the hour at 10 o'clock. Excellent stuff, lads. Welcome back to the action, everybody, on what is the official Isolation Knockouts final night here on North East Darts TV. The story so far, our first semi-final, was a 6-3 victory for John Jones of Wales. He defeated Danny van Trijp of the Netherlands in an impressive 95 average performance. Thomas Lovely was our second winner of the semi-finals. 92 average for him in his 6-2 defeat to Robbie Green. So we've got the final upcoming. Let's take a closer look at our two finalists. Starting off with John Jones, the 27-year-old from McKinleth in Wales, very proud Welshman, and he has represented Wales for the last 2 years in the Celtic Challenge and British Home Internationals, and like I say, very good talent to represent your country in that. A 6-3 victory as mentioned against Danny van Trijp, 95 average, 2 180s in his semi-final win and 12 in total over the course of his 6 matches played. Impressive stuff from him. Our second finalist even, Thomas Lovely at 23 years of age. Fantastic performance in reaching the final. Hometown of Gainsborough, Skadosh is his nickname. Cosmo 23-gram darts, and his career highlights so far have been 2 PDC Development Tour quarterfinals appearances and a PDC Challenge Tour semi-final. He's on the rise, he's a rising talent. And a 6-2 victory over Robbie Green. Impressive stuff from him, 92.24 with 3 maximums to also join his finalist on 12 maximums so far in the tournament. This is going to be a classic, a very good final. Sit back and enjoy this one. The players are just putting the finishing touches on their practice routine and we're about to get underway. John Jones, our first finalist, first man into the final on the left hand side, his proud Welsh flag, and Thomas Lovely representing England on the right. The stakes have increased. It's a race to 7 from 6. We've had some cracking finals in recent weeks. This one's sure to be the same. Very impressed with both players in reaching the final. And it's Thomas Lovely on the right hand side who's won the bull prior to going off. So he will throw first.
Okay. All right, John. Good luck, mate.
Best of luck, gentlemen. Game on.
Ha, 26.
County average there. As mentioned in our semi-final, Thomas Lovely, County A player for Lincolnshire, his home county.
96.
But it was a television performance with a 92 average that got him here. And John Jones even better with 95 average.
100.
Scored absolutely fantastic. His first 9 dart average, incidentally, in that semi-final was 117. So scoreboard pressure in his match in the opening 9 darts really put pressure 59 on Danny van Trijp. And his finishing wasn't too shabby either. Very closely matched, these two coming into it.
40.
27-year-old Jones and Lovely at 23, both with very promising careers on this evidence. A gladiatorial contest expected as they duke it out to become isolation champion this week.
100.
A good visitor, you could see Jones wrestle the throw away early.
131.
Superb second and third dart there in the treble 17 and treble 20 to leave 130. The baby fishes on. Lovely looking for a 2 or 3 treble visit here.
50.
Leaves the big fish, but it's Jones who'll have first dab at this. 2 treble 20s double 5, or 1 treble 20 single 20, or a treble. He wants 2 5s for a 130 checkout.
Game in 3.
And a 130 checkout by Jones, a statement of intent early, takes the opening leg. 115.62 average. We've seen some cracking averages over the last few weeks on North East Darts TV. The standard that the players are bringing to the table, it's got to be these standards if they're going to win it. Forget about Thomas Lovely's average at 66, of course. That's going to excel into the 80s and 90s, no doubt.
140.
Quality operator, but it's a breaker throw early from John Jones. A man who's in fine form right now. People are starting to sit up and take notice of this Welshman.
96.
And we know in Thomas Lovely's progression, he'll certainly be guided through his early part of his career with the PDC by his dad Eddie.
25.
A real hot prospect. Thomas as well.
180.
First maximum of our final, and a 13th in total over the course of the 2 nights. And despite that maximum, it's still Jones who holds the advantage, such as his power scoring. And he's in the red bit also.
180.
Back-to-back maximums. This is the isolation final, and we've got a game in our hands. Superb stuff. Looking to pressurise the 56 with a big score here. But Jones in command.
96.
Leaves himself a finish, but Jones with a far more easier out. 16 for tops.
Game in 2.
And 2-0 advantage to the Welshman.
Yeah.
The man from McKinleth. It's going to be hard to stop on this evidence.
100.
A 1.25 average after 2 legs. Relentless scoring, and of course the 130 checkout. When he puts it both together, this is what you see, this is what you produce. It's no wonder he's only dropped 8 legs last night en route to the semi-finals.
96.
In form like this, of course, averaged nearly 101 in one of them games. So we know he can maintain the standard throughout. As Lovely looks to respond and get off the mark in this final. He's in command in leg number 3.
100.
And he's got the temperament to just go about his own thing. That's for sure.
$140.
Great 140. Really upped his scoring like he's had to. Leaves a bogey checkout, but he'll not be bothered about that because Jones is back on 3-4-2.
81.
And a rare leg where he's gone missing on the treble 20s. $96 ahead plus these.
120.
120 scoreline there to leave 45. And when you're behind in a game like this, you tend to get the bad beats with the bounce outs, but recovered well with a 120.
91.
So leaves himself a 170 shot if he gets an opportunity at it, but Lovely in the form he's in. He'll surely get off the mark here. Look for 13 double 16. He hits the 13 now, the double 16. And he's back in business. Back in the green bit, the double 16 worked brilliant in the semi-final. And at the first attempt, he's 100% on his doubles. That'll fill him full of confidence as he looks to get into motion in this final. 111 plays 95 and we're in the 4th leg. Outstanding stuff from both players.
45.
Only 45, John Jones. Hang your head in shame.
60.
So maybe overthinking things too much is John Jones here.
$100.
And Lovely's in the form to capitalise on that. Any chinks in the armour from John William Jones?
100.
And Lovely will pounce, no doubt. Great final we've got on our hands here.
$134.
Superb cover shooting, a 2 treble visit there to leave 207. And this is on Jones's throw, remember, so under pressure in leg number 4. In a moment we could have a level game, folks.
100.
So a ton gets him below the 200s, but it's advantage Lovely here. 11 in front plus these as he looks to set up a nice 1 or 2 data.
57.
He'd be disappointed with that visit because a solid score there, and the 15 dart finish was on. A professional number of darts to finish against the throw.
42.
And Jones has gone off the boil after that blitz of an opening 2 legs. So Lovely, 150 checkout. Will he start on 19s here? He does. Needs a
61.
treble to leave 89 if he returns. 156 is a beautiful checkout. Unfortunate not to get the first dart.
78.
And a good recovery, but first go at it is Lovely on 89 for a level game.
Uh, 64.
The bullseye narrowly missing out there, and 78 for 3-1. It's been a slow leg for Jones, but he won't mind that if he comes out of it with the leg. He wants tops.
58.
Below the bed, so 25 for a level game. The man from Gainsborough in his first isolation final, as is Jones, of course. 2 sixes, important dart.
Win shot. 3 darts.
And he executes it well. The scorer might not have been there, but the drama certainly was. We've got a level game. 95 average plays 86. 9 points the difference, but that matters not. It's a Desmond scoreline. 2-2 at the early stages.
60.
And 2-0 down. And remember, the all-important bull, as Lovely, from being 2-0 down, has the advantage of throw to go 3-2 in front.
140.
But back comes Jones. Doesn't rest on his lead for long. He's been pegged back, but looking to go back in front again with a nice 140. As we said, a fantastic
56.
official isolation knockout tournament once again. And congratulations to the co-founders Sean Matthews and Jacob Cooksey on their efforts.
62.
And a special mention also to Paul Beddoe and to Laura Whitfield for your time and efforts behind the scenes.
140. 139.
So a great visit there from Jones to leave 160's first to a finish. So with the throw of darts, 2-4-5, he needs a 2 treble visit at least here. Decides to switch. Didn't like the lie.
57.
And it's not good enough at this stage in the fifth leg. So Jones, with time on his side, 160. Doesn't have to take it out, but it'll boost his confidence. Looks for a 140 to leave.
140.
He's done exactly that. So a double 10 when he returns. A 180 to leave double 4. Lovely will be looking for. To pressurise the two tens.
100.
So double 10. Takes his time.
Game in 2.
The babyfish landed in the first leg, and double 5 has been kind to him once again because he's back in front as Jones. The Welshman leads 3-2. Double 5 to the rescue. What a close contest we've got on our hands here. Two cracking semi-finals. Again, congratulations to Danny Van Trijp on back-to-back semi-final runs. 128 players to get down to the final 4 2 weeks consecutive. Shows the level of his talents. And great to see Robbie Green back on TV. Kong, a very likeable character.
Oh, 62.
Didn't perform anywhere near his best with a 78 average in the semi-final. But we know the level of his talents, and we'll look forward to seeing him again in the near future, no doubt. I was getting phone calls from all over Merseyside prior to the semi-finals asking for a Robbie Green Liverpool to win the Merseyside Derby double, but unfortunately all bets were off. As the first semi-final had already started.
95.
So turning the screw in leg 6 for hold of throw. 167, the second highest check out on the board. There's lovely way back. Doesn't make any inroads with that ton. So Jones, with time on his side, will look to take this out or set things up.
$130.
36 remains, very nicely done there. To double his advantage in the final.
$97.
36 for 4-2. Double 18.
Game in 1.
And at 1.5 o'clock on the dartboard, secures double 18 at the first attempt. And with 100 averages 4-2 up, this is mightily impressive stuff. Watch out for John Williams-Jones because the 27-year-old is a real talent. Duking it out here in the final. And he's 3 away from the title. But lovely, back in a 140 away with the darts.
$41.
A sigh there from the 41 called out. As he knows he's got work to do here. Lovely looking to reduce the arrears and keep Jones honest in this final.
57.
Can't afford too many visits without a treble, such as the pressure that Jones is putting on him.
$80.
$180.
Superb maximum there. He's second of the match to leave 1, 2, 4. 9 darts thrown. And this is the standard he's having to produce to hang on to the coattails of the Welshman. For a 12 dart leg.
Oh, 39.
And he won't be too concerned with that visit because Jones back on 318, looking to apply the pressure. And he's in the red bit.
180.
Both players now with a maximum
Yeah.
in this leg, and it's 2s apiece on that front. 4 maximums in 7 legs. Quality arrows from both men.
60.
And with Jones back on 138, he had to go for the bull there, showed his opponent maximum respect. Looking to set this up nicely with 98 to leave tops.
100.
Stayed up tops there, leave a tricky double 19, but he'd be grateful for a shot at it because Lovely on 25 wants 2
Game
12s.
shot. Do that.
And very impressively taken out. Went the 1 double 12 route. Of course, many options with that 9 double 8 or 17 double 4, the McDine route. But Lovely tied it up nicely.
140.
At some stage, he's got to break back once again if he's going to be victorious tonight. And Jones with a 140 away, making life difficult as possible for his opponent whilst chucking first.
41.
99 average currently for Jones, and that was the average that took Eddie Lovely to the lockdown finals championship in his 8-3 victory over Leonard Gates on Friday night. And his son is going to have to do something similar if he's going to come out on top to make it a lovely double.
180.
Third maximum, second in 2 legs. But that has put him 44 points behind still.
180.
Back-to-back 180s, incredible stuff from Jones. I'm really impressed with this 27-year-old man's efforts. He's certainly a player beyond this that I'm going to be keeping tabs on, as I will be with Lovely. Mightily impressed with both men.
180.
3 consecutive maximums. This is incredible stuff, gentlemen. 56 for 5-3.
Game in 2.
So he's at
Yeah,
2 maximums
Good that.
in the leg,
Definitely.
and he doesn't get a shot at a double. Unbelievable stuff.
Great that.
That's like that.
103.04 average. Take a bow, young man.
60.
We mentioned Thomas Lovely's route to the semi-finals.
140.
Took out Joshua Richardson 5-1. Of course, the 2016 BDO World Youth Champion. Cracking player is Josh. As is his dad, Jamie. 2 pals of mine from Burton Latimer in the East Midlands.
96.
And of course, a 5-2 victory against icon of darts star David Evans, BDO World Championship quarter finalist. And Lovely dispatched of him with minimal fuss. Evans had a 98 average in that quarter final.
140.
So he can live with the best of them, Ken Lovely. And this is a perfect response from hitting 2 180s and losing the leg.
137.
Shows the character of the man. First row finishes Jones on 164, but leaving a better finish surely from this visit will be Lovely. He's at the board now on the right hand side, looking for 2 trebles.
134.
And he's listening. Great darts there to ease a bit of pressure. To leave 71, and he will be back because Jones is making a meal out of this one.
54.
71 for 5-4 to remain close because he's running out of legs here. He needs this one.
Oh, so. 31.
And a concentration error there from Lovely and Jones to really turn the screw for a 6-3 advantage and go 1 away, 110. He needs 13 for tops.
It's 18 left, so 92.
Yeah, decided on going for the double 18 route instead of the double tops. Big dart.
Oh,
And he's
30.
inside on double 10, so Jones will be back for that tricky 9. If you like your double 18s, you've got to be confident on 9s.
Game in 1.
And he takes it out of the first attempt, and he's one away as the Welshman, 6-3 up. And lovely, despite a very commendable 88 average. Cannot live at the minute with the Welshman, who's on 101.88. Improving on his best effort in the tournament so far.
58.
Big shout out to Jamie Cave and Jabba,
96.
who's commented on this final. Hope you get back to your best start soon, mate. The man from Leicester. Many years at the top of the game in the PDC ranks. And a cracking lad. And I must read your autobiography, by the way. Also, congratulations to Scott Hunt and Matty Hodgson for their efforts with North East Darts TV. We've got over 1,000 subscribers now and on the rise. And importantly, don't just subscribe, everybody. Please hit the bell. Hit the notifications so you don't miss out on the competitions that are coming up. And the prizes to be won that we're going to be bringing in very soon. Don't miss out. Hit the subscribe and the bell. There it is in front of you on the screens. And a big thank you to also
43.
to the 124 players that entered the competition. Without yous, we wouldn't have the entertainment that we've had tonight and last night. And no doubt yous will all be back next week for a crack at the title. Some big names that haven't featured that'll surely get their time soon. Jones wants 209 for the title. Can he get rid of this in 6 darts? Because Lovely on 162 can't check out. But he's at the board here.
59. Wow.
Game in 3.
And the scoreboard needed a bit of catching up there. But that's Jones executing the winning double.
Mate.
Impressive stuff from the Welshman. Impressive
Awesome, that boy.
stuff from the man from Gainsborough, Thomas Lovely. Congratulations to both men. But our isolation
too good for
champion
me,
for
mate. I
this
fell to
week
pieces,
is John
to be
Williams Jones. Must have been round about that 100 average mark. Mightily impressive stuff.
Anyway, well done, bro. Well done, mate.
Two cracking lads.
Take care of yourself.
And we wish you well for the future.
All the best.
Thank you everybody for
Goodbye.
joining us tonight. It's been a fantastic night of darts. And we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday and Thursday. We've got live matches, 5 live matches on Wednesday night from 6:30 every hour. And of course, we've got live commentary once again on Thursday night for our 2 semi-finals and finals. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you all soon.